No one likes seeing, smelling, or stepping in poop. But did you know that it presents serious issues for water quality and human health? Unscooped poop in the landscape will typically make its way into our streams, rivers, and lakes in a couple of ways. In our cities and neighborhoods, when rain and melting snow flow across yards, roads, and sidewalks, it's called stormwater. And pet waste is just one of many pollutants that get picked up by stormwater and carried into the storm drain. From there, it flows directly to our streams and rivers. No filters, no treatment. This is different from the sanitary sewer system that your house is connected to. When you flush a toilet, the sewer pipe takes it to a water treatment plant. Poop also gets into our waterways when animals are pooping too close to the stream banks or, of course, directly in the water. Think of the parks where dogs are allowed off leash to play in and around the stream. Cow and horse poop is a problem too. You might be thinking, what's the big deal? Poop is just natural fertilizer, right? Actually, no, not really. All this excess poop is not part of the natural stream ecosystem and can become a big problem for water quality. First of all, poop is basically raw sewage. In particular, dog and human poop is full of nasty bacteria like E. coli and Salmonella, and potentially even parasites like Giardia, tapeworm, roundworm, and more. These pathogens can then be transmitted to other animals or humans that come in contact with any contaminated water. Not quite as gross, but actually a much bigger problem, are the nutrients released by poop when it enters our waterways, specifically nitrogen and phosphorus. These two nutrients are essential to plant growth, and they are a natural part of underwater ecosystems. But when so much nutrient-rich poop is pouring into our streams and rivers, from storm drains, farms, and parks, it causes an imbalance that leads to the overgrowth of algae and bacteria in the water. This is called nutrient pollution. When algae starts growing out of control, it uses up oxygen in the water when it decays, which can cause fish and other aquatic species to suffocate. Too much algae can also clog the gills of fish and invertebrates, and it smothers fish nests and underwater plants. And then there's the harmful algal blooms. When the conditions are right, normally occurring cyanobacteria in the water will multiply quickly to form visible colonies or mats of algae. These blooms sometimes produce potent cyanotoxins, that's poison, that are dangerous to humans and animals. Can you guess the number one factor leading to a harmful algal bloom? You guessed it, nutrient pollution. Have we made our point yet? Excess nutrients from poop is a big problem for water quality. But wait, what about wild animals? They're also pooping in the woods and in the streams, right? It's important to remember that there is a difference. They're a natural part of their ecosystem. They're not owned or farmed by humans. Wild animals eat the resources and nutrients from their ecosystem, then return those same nutrients to the same ecosystem. Let's face it, the biggest challenges to water quality come when humans are involved, whether it's our pets, our farm animals, or just us. So what are we doing about it? Here at Salt Lake County Watershed, we're keeping an eye on stream water quality by doing regular testing in streams throughout the county. In particular, we're testing for E. coli bacteria, which is found in great quantities in the intestines of humans and other warm-blooded animals. Finding E. coli in the streams almost always indicates recent poop contamination. The higher the levels of E. coli in the water, the greater the risk that other pathogens are also present. Remember all those parasites and worms we talked about? By visiting the same locations in the same streams every month, year after year, we have compiled a large record of E. coli data that helps us understand where the poop pollution is occurring, how things change season to season, and also how things change over time. In the past couple of years, we've added a new test that looks for the DNA of specific animals, which means now we can also tell whose poop we're finding. It's called microbial source tracking, and we can identify the poop of humans, dogs, fowl like ducks and geese, and ruminants, which includes horses, cows, moose, elk, and deer. By understanding whose poop is contaminating streams and where, we can do a better job of figuring out how to prevent the problem in the first place. So I hope by now you're asking yourself, what can I do to help keep poop out of our streams? If you have pets, here are some things you can start doing right away. If you have a dog or an outdoor cat, please scoop their poop at least once a week to keep your yard clean. Backyard poop is a big problem. Keep your dog on a leash so you know exactly where they poop, then scoop it up every time. Remember to bring poop baggies when you walk your dog, plus extras to share. Then seal up those bags and toss them in the trash. Never use pet waste in your garden or compost. Remember, it's not a natural fertilizer. Here are some tips if you have horses or cows or other farm animals. Collect and compost stockpiled manure on a regular basis. Keep manure piles at least 100 feet away from streams and other waterways, and make sure they aren't stored on steep slopes or places that drain towards the stream. You can plant and maintain a strip of native plants along streams and other waterways. When you leave this area natural, unmowed, and ungrazed, it acts like a filter for any nutrient-rich poop that could wash into the stream when it rains. Finally, use fencing to limit and control access of animals to the streams. Well, we've given you a lot of ideas for how you can help protect water quality by dealing with poop. Some are easier and things you can start doing right away. Others will take a bit more time and planning. Any will help. All are important. Finally, we want to say thank you to everyone who's already doing some of the tips we mentioned to manage poops. You're protecting water quality, wildlife, and the well-being of your fellow humans. Keep up the good work and give yourself a nice pat. You deserve it.